SML Soldier here, and I'm back to talk about Star Wars, the Ahsoka series, Season 1, Episodes 1 and 2, and my thoughts on these two episodes. So, this, the last hope of Disney to save Star Wars. Was these episodes any good, or was this a waste of time? It was a waste of fucking time. Both episodes were boring, both episodes were pointless, and both episodes felt so fucking long. The acting also was very bad, especially from the actress playing Hera. I guess fucking Martin McGuinness, not Martin McGuinness, Ewan McGregor. Well, that kind of helps you when you're going for roles, but she was terrible in this. I mean, every time this actress is on screen, it is really a struggle to see her act. It really is. She can barely emote. And in certain scenes, I don't know. I don't know why they hired... Well, I know why they hired her, but there was nobody better. Did Ewan McGregor have that much pull in Lucasfilm? I mean, she's a terrible casting. Terrible. But other than that, can I point to anything being good about this episode? Anything at all? No. Okay, no. I can't. I mean, yes. Well, I can actually. Ray Stevenson, I know he's gone, and I'm sad he has unfortunately passed away. I think he was the best part of both the episodes. I think his acting is actually good, and well, I can't say the same thing about, his fight scenes, because it does really look like an old man using a lightsaber, unfortunately. But other than that, I think his acting's good. I also think Rosario Dawson, she's alright too, okay? She's not terrible. I like her. The actress is great. And as Ahsoka, very believable. And David Tennant playing the robot, Jan or whatever he is. I thought that was a fun part of the episode. So, there are good things in the episode, but they're not that many. And again, the episodes felt boring. They felt slow. They just didn't feel like a Star Trek show. Not Star Trek, Star Wars show. Or at least a Star Wars movie. And we all know this show is a bastardization of the Thrawn trilogy. We all know that's where we're going with this. We all know what the plot is. We all know where the ending is. And we all know what's happened to Ezra. I mean, if you haven't figured out so far that Ezra is going to turn out to be a Dark Jedi, then where the hell have you been? But, yeah, again, I am disappointed. I was expecting something else. I was expecting, I don't know, some excitement. But the lightsaber fights really did feel boring. They just felt like there's not really any soul in it. Like when you watched lightsaber fights in the originals and in the prequels, there was something epic about them. There was something like you knew there was a lightsaber fight. You knew that the actors and actresses had trained hard to do this scene. In these two episodes, you could see they were trying. You could see they were trying. But it just came off as... I don't know. It didn't come off right to me. And I will mention the lightsaber killing somebody who should be dead, but apparently it can now survive certain lightsaber attacks. This is becoming ridiculous now. This is the second person to survive a lightsaber thrusted into their stomach. So Qui-Gon Jinn didn't need to die, did he? Because apparently you can just survive these attacks now. This is so fucking stupid. Let's get to the spoilers now. What would I give this episode out of 10? I mean, for, you know, Rosie Dawson and Ray Stevenson's acting, I will give it a 3. It's a 3 out of 10 for me. It is a massive disappointment. It really does feel like Disney may be in Star Wars may be in serious trouble. I mean, Mandalorian failed, and it did fail. And this is apparently their last hope, because this is Dave Filoni, pretty much his CV to get a film. And if this show doesn't get any better, I feel sorry for Dave after this. There is no anger here towards him. There is like, what happened to you? Because you used to be great at writing. I mean, I remember the Clone Wars. They were great shows. Been episodes in that. Wow. Just disappointed. So, let's get into spoilers now. If you don't want to hear spoilers, leave in 3, 2, 1. So, this episode starts off with a crawl that tells us basically how the Empire's fallen, the New Republic's taken over, and Ahsoka is now hunting for a map to Thrawn. So she goes to an old temple from the Night Sisters, because the Night Sisters is now becoming a massive thing in Star Wars. I don't know why. Yeah, they were kind of big in the Clone Wars, but okay. And she gets to this temple, she cuts her way through it. By the way, the scene where Ahsoka is cutting through the floor, I didn't like it. It looked like it didn't look right to me, okay? It looked like there was a lot of cutting of the scenes to make it so the CGI people can do the whole Ahsoka throwing her lightsabers on the ground and doing a little turn so she can cut through the floor. It really did feel edited in that scene. Anyway, so she cuts through the floor, jumps down, looks around this ancient temple and finds this ball thing that is apparently a map. She jumps out of the cave or the temple, and then she is confronted by some assassin droids. Now, if you don't know, these are apparently HK assassin droids. Now, if you're a Star Wars fan or a Star Wars Old Republic fan, you know what an HK unit looks like, sounds like, and acts like. And these droids acted nothing, looked nothing, and talked nothing like HK assassin droids. They acted stupid, they looked stupid, and I will say maybe they're attacking and their combat ability looked good, okay. But other than that, how the fuck can you call these droids HK units? Like, why would you not use the original fucking look? Why would you not use the original voice? Like, again, if you're a fan of the Old Republic, you know what an HK unit sounds like. It's a very interesting character. And these are bastardizations of that character. Oh, God. Anyway, so Ahsoka has a fight with the droids, basically kicks their ass, so they decide to suicide or, you know, self-destruct. And Sabine runs to a ship, not Sabine, Ahsoka runs to a ship that's being piloted by Yarn or whatever David Tennant's droid's called. He drops the ship down low enough for Ahsoka to jump on the ship. She jumps onto it and gets out of there before the explosion. By the way, droids, why didn't one of you try to grab Ahsoka and then suicide yourself? You just sat there. No, you just stood there and just announced you were going to destroy yourselves, giving Ahsoka plenty of time to get away. Fucking dumb. Anyway, so Ahsoka gets on the ship, gets away from the explosion, tells Yarn that she's found the map, and yeah. They then figure out that, well, Yarn has to tell Ahsoka he doesn't know how to open the map, so they need to find somebody to help them open the map. Okay. The next scene is us on a New Republic ship that has a prisoner of importance on it. And the prisoner is Morgan, the woman Ahsoka captured in... Oh my god, was it Book of Boba Fett or was it The Mandalorian? I don't remember. But anyway, it's just a prisoner Ahsoka captured on that random planet. And so she's being transported on a New Republic cruiser, where this cruiser gets a signal from a ship claiming to be Jedi. I'd like to remind everybody that Return of the Jedi, Luke was the only fucking Jedi left, but apparently now they're just crawling up out of everywhere. I'm getting fucking sick of this. I really am. Luke was the last Jedi, okay? He was. To have this stupid, like, why the hell? Anyway, so the captain pretty much figures out these are obviously not fucking Jedi, and has a security team waiting for them when they arrive. Tells his second in command to take over the bridge. Oh, by the way, can we just talk about how the New Republic's trooper uniform look like fucking pajamas and look fucking ridiculous? They look fucking stupid. Like, what the hell was wrong with the ones from the original films? Why have you made them look like fucking children? They look like they're in pajamas. It's fucking ridiculous. It really is. I just don't get it. They don't look realistic. They don't look Star Wars. This looks like some cheap bullshit. Like, I don't get it. Anyway, so the Jedi transport lands, because it is a Jedi transport. If you watch the Clone Wars, you recognise the design. Lands. The Jedi both walk to this captain, who pretty much tells them, yeah, I know you're not real Jedi. I know that you are Imperial spies, and you should have surrendered because the Empire have fallen apart. Then the mysterious Jedi pulls out a lightsaber and then starts massacring the entire security detail. And then Balon, which is what the bad guy's name is, Balon stabs the captain and kills him. And in the background you see his apprentice pretty much massacring what's left of the security detail. So they head off to, get the prisoner, Morgan. And we get these... Listen, I don't blame fucking Ray Stevenson, okay? He did a good job. But it was very obvious an old man using a fucking sword, okay? It really was. And they tried to have this crappy Darth Vader hallway scene, and it just looked terrible. So you have Balon, go for a hallway, kills two New Republic soldiers, and gets to the prison and unlocks the door, lets out Morgan, whilst his apprentice heads over to the bridge and just kills everybody on the bridge. By the way, we see the captain get stabbed by a lightsaber. We don't see his female second in command get killed by a lightsaber. I wonder why. And yeah, so they pretty much take over the ship and free the prisoner and escape. Back with Ahsoka, who gets a message from the New Republic to head off to meet Home 1. And as I said in my review of the trailer, I knew it wouldn't be fucking Admiral Akbar in charge of Home 1. I fucking knew it. Now, I'm not totally sure that Akbar isn't in command of Home 1, but having Hera on the ship, it's kind of obvious she's in charge. It really is, and that kind of pisses me off. But again, it's Star Wars under Kathleen Kennedy, so most men are probably not in charge of anything. Anyway, so Ahsoka arrives there, gets told about the two Jedis who pretty much slaughtered the entire crew of this New Republic ship. And by the way, why is there scorch marks on the outside of the of the New Republic ship? They're scorch marks. They didn't fight their way on. Well, they didn't blast their way onto the ship. They were let on. Having the marks on the outside of the ship kind of just seems ridiculous. They already had full control of the ship. Now, if you're telling me the New Republic X-Wings attacked the ship, I mean, maybe explain that. But again, it makes no sense for there to be damage on the outside of the ship when they didn't fight their way on board. They only fought their way on the ship. Ugh, it was just stupid. Anyway, so Ahsoka doesn't really know who these Jedi are, but she's going to try to figure it out. She then tells Hera about the map she's gotten to Thrawn, and, you know, Hera tells her she should go to see Sabine, because Sabine can help her open the map. And, you know, the way they left things off, Ahsoka and Sabine, because we also find out in this episode, Sabine was Ahsoka's apprentice. Yay, Sabine's a Jedi now. Fucking hell. I'm sorry, but too many people... Too many Jedis. There's too many. And now Sabine, who was never a Jedi in the fucking Rebel series, is now a fucking Jedi. Get the fuck out of here. I'm fucking getting pissed off. Seriously. Enough. Enough with the turning up Jedi. Enough with the fucking Order 66 being made more and more pointless. Seriously. Fucking hell. So Ahsoka heads to Lothal to get Sabine so they can open a map. By the way, I should mention, I hate Lothal. It should not exist, because that planet apparently was able to fight off the Empire before the Death Star was destroyed, and that just should not happen. And if that did happen, why the fuck didn't the Emperor send the Death Star off to blow up Lothal? Why was that not the first fucking target? It's so fucking stupid. That storyline, which is from Dave Filoni, is fucking ridiculous. Anyway, on Lothal, they're celebrating their, you know, anniversary of becoming independent and fighting off the Empire off the planet. They recognise their heroes, you know, Sabine, Hera, Ezra, and all the other fucking lot, I don't really remember their names, about, you know, fighting off the Empire. By the way, you keep saying the rebellion leaders. When they fought off the Empire, the rebellion got their ass kicked, and the rebellion left Lothal to die. That's not a joke. That's not me lying. Watch the fucking episode. You know that the rebellion leave Lothal to its fate. It's only the fact Ezra and the rest of them decided to stay and fight is the reason they won. So why the fuck are you Why the fuck are you thanking the rebellion when they fucking abandoned you? Such a stupid thing. And I know the governor is the same character from Rebels. I just don't care. Anyway, they're trying to do some stupid speech and say we're celebrating the Empire's fall and our rise and blah 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 blah. And here's Sabine, one of the heroes. And obviously what was going to happen here was Sabine was going to walk away and do something stupid. And then we get this 10-minute fucking chase scene between Sabine on a bike and two E-Wings. Am I happy to see the E-Wings shown? Am I happy to see the E-Wings? Yes. In live action? Yes. I'm a big EU fan, okay? I love the fact we're seeing them. But they barely get any mention. You wouldn't even know they're fucking E-Wings if you're not a fucking EU fan. You just put them in there, Disney. Dave Filoni, don't even explain to them. Oh, fucking hell. It just feels so fucking forced. Like, by the way, the E-Wing's supposed to be a replacement for the X-Wing, so why is the X-Wing still being in use? Anyway, so we get this stupid chase between the E-Wings and Sabine. Sabine doesn't want to go back to do a little speech to the people of Lothal because, again, I don't fucking know. She doesn't want to do a speech. So she gets past the E-Wing that lands, gets to, you know, Ezra's old hideout. We see all the fucking shit that Ezra left, and, you know, there's the message that he left for Sabine because they were in love with each other. Oh, no, they were just friends with each other. I don't fucking care. Then Ahsoka arrives. Then we get these awkward fucking scenes between her and Sabine. You know, her explaining what she's doing there, needs her help, you know, finding a way to open the map so they can find Thrawn and defeat him and all this shit. And then Sabine just takes the map, goes back to Ezra's fucking house and figures out a way to open the map, which she does. Back with the bad guys, Morgan pretty much tells them about how important the map is and the fact it's going to lead them to Thrawn and he's going to bring back the Empire. And it turns out that Morgan is apparently leading this operation to get Thrawn back, and Balon is just there to help her with his apprentice, Sheen. So Morgan tells Balon to tell Sheen, well, to send Sheen to Lothal to hunt down Ahsoka, because that's where she is with the map, get the map back, and then they can start making their plans up to get Thrawn back. So Balon sends Sheen. Sheen gets to Lothal. She has a droid, a probe droid, a small one, finds Sabine, chases, sends 2 HK assassin droids to grab the map. Sabine manages to destroy one of them, but the other one grabs the map, destroys all of the computers in Ezra's old house, so Sabine can't figure out what the map's telling them, and they steal the map. Sabine then goes after the last HK droid with Ezra's lightsaber. We then get this lightsaber fight between Sabine and Sheen, which is it's better than the sequels lightsaber fights, but compared to the real Star Wars fights, it just seems so poor. It really did. But you can at least tell the actresses did train, at least. But then when Sabine sends off for help, Ahsoka tries to rush to her on her ship. When they get there, Sabine is then stabbed in the fucking chest with a lightsaber. And that's how the first episode ends. I just don't get it. I don't get this. Like, I get you want to have this stupid fucking moment. By the way, this is the reason that we get 2 episodes. Before anybody thinks this is a gift from fucking Disney or Lucasfilm. No, they're doing this because the first episode is fucking boring. And that's what they did in fucking Andor. You know why we got 3 episodes of fucking Andor? Because the first 2 episodes were fucking boring. And they know, and Disney knows, they have to grab your attention in the first episode, or a lot of people are going to drop off. So that's the reason we got 2 fucking episodes. Before anybody tries to say, oh, this is Disney showing so much appreciation to the fans. No, they know the first episode was boring and stupid. And Sabine getting stabbed in the fucking chest or stomach with a lightsaber and surviving that is fucking ridiculous. How the fuck did Qui-Gon Jinn die? How did he die? Why did he die? What was the fucking problem? He could have survived that, apparently. So fucking stupid this is. Anyway, on to episode 2. First scene is for Sabine in hospital, who's managed to survive a lightsaber through her stomach. Fucking hell. And pretty much telling Ahsoka, yeah, they've got the map, but I managed to unlock it. But unfortunately, I don't remember any information other than Thrawn might be in a different galaxy. And so Ahsoka is like, okay, you've done enough. I'm going to head out and try to figure out what's actually going on. She gets very pissed off at Sabine because Sabine did nick the map in the first episode, and unfortunately has let the bad guys take it. You also see Yan in this scene where he's trying to be a bit more of a friend to Sabine, where Ahsoka seems to be acting more like a master. By the way, Ahsoka didn't want to train people, but now she's pretty willing to train Sabine, or at least at the end of the episode she is, but won't train Grogu. Okay? I will say this, episode 2 is a lot better than episode 1. I'll give it that. Anyway, so Ahsoka leaves the room, heads off on her bike to, do a little bit of investigating, pretty much knows that the other assassin droid, the HK droid, is still there. I'll also give the episode credit. I do like the fact they're using puppets and CGI, not just one or the other. You get close-ups of the Lothal cat, you can see it's a puppet, but then when it moves around, it's CGI. Just like Yan. 1 minute he's realistic, he's a puppet, next scene he's CGI. I do like that, but you definitely know the reason they're doing this is because they're trying to improve Grogu, because it looks so fucking stupid when Grogu walks. Why not do CGI? We can make it look a bit more realistic. So, Ahsoka sees the assassin droids, cuts it apart, and then brings back the head to Sabine, who apparently now knows all about robotics, and plugs in, finds out the last destination of the HK droid, which is on Corellia, the shipyards, and we also have Hera there, but you'd never fucking notice because the actress is fucking terrible at acting. And Hera pretty much mentions that Morgan's old, businesses and operations there, but the New Republic has shut down all ex-Imperial stuff. So Ahsoka and Hera are both going to head off to Corellia to find out, has her operation actually been stopped, or are there secret Imperials working on Corellia still? Oh, and then we get this really shit scene between Sabine and Hera. And by the way, this is how you know the actress is just terrible. Hera and Sabine were as close as sisters in the cartoon show. Okay, they were very close. In this scene, they barely feel... There's no chemistry between them both. None. It seems like two people who may have met each other at some point. These two should be as close as sisters. They should be as close. They should be their family. And it just does not come off like that. It comes off as really weird and stupid. Anyway, back with the bad guys. They get to some random planet. Balon and his apprentice. By the way, I will give another point to the episode. I do like the fact Balon still keeps to Jedi tradition, where he has his Padawan with the hair thing on her. He hasn't let her cut it off. So maybe he is kind of still a Jedi or something. I don't know. So I am kind of interested into what is the relationship between Balon and the Jedi. Like, what is his actual goal? I'm actually interested in that. I have to admit that. Anyway, so they get to some random planet. Morgan arrives. She then opens the map and pretty much shows that Thrawn is in another galaxy, and they need to find a way to bring him back to their galaxy, because apparently it's not so easy for Thrawn to get back from that galaxy. He is exiled. Apparently those whales were very skilled at trapping Thrawn. Again, that whale shit, to have Thrawn defeated by fucking space whales. That's real. That is just fucking stupid. Oh, we also, in this scene, find out about the Eye of Sauron or something. Apparently, they've built something massive to get Thrawn back. But that's what the Eye of Sauron is. And it's heading to that planet. And they need to get ready for Thrawn's arrival, basically. Or at least make sure they have everything ready for Thrawn's arrival. Whatever. So she... Anyway, also in the scene, Balon's apprentice, Sheen, asks what is the end game with Thrawn? Like, what are we hoping for? And this is where we find out that basically Balon, he wants power, basically. And if he gets to Thrawn, he'll be the most powerful Jedi or something ever. So that's what his that's why he's fighting for Thrawn, for power, basically. So he sends Sheen off to Corellia as well to make sure that the person that they sent over there to see what's left of the equipment they need to get Thrawn back arrives on time. So they head off there. The next scene is basically Ahsoka and Hera arriving on the planet of Corellia. We do get a nice scene of the New Republic shipyard. I did enjoy that scene. And then we meet this dock worker who's in charge of the place. He kind of doesn't understand what they're doing there because everything's above board. They are chopping up Star Destroyers and making more rebel ships. I still, again, I'm going to say this. Why are you not just using Star Destroyers? Star Destroyers are powerful ships. Why are you ripping them apart? I get ripping one or two apart to make more ships, but you're not keeping any Star Destroyers, any of them. Oh, it just looks stupid. I get you don't want to keep all of them, but wouldn't it be good to have like 5, 6 in the back pocket? You know, again, the Star Destroyer is a very powerful ship. Anyway, this dock worker pretty much is, well, this person in charge of the dock, he's not really bothered about, you know, Hera being a general. It's like, I don't really care. But Hera pushes the issue and says, listen, I need to check your facilities to make sure they're not working for the Empire. And we need to fucking talk. I mean, we need to fucking inspect this place. And she pretty much says, if you don't let us do it now, I'll pretty much come back with, you know, more powerful people, more authority or whatever. So the guy capitulates. They head off through the yard, and he pretty much explains that everything on Morgan's operation was terminated, but then tells them, yes, we terminated her operation, but we did have to keep certain people on as they know more about the facility than they do, and if they don't keep them on, it'll take too long to separate or take apart the Star Destroyers. So there are ex-Imperials working in this New Republic facility. I mean, I kind of like that. I mean, just a bit more world building, a bit like, yes, the Empire lost, and yes, these may be ex-Imperials, but they need a job, and they're more focused on making money than they ever were with politics. And I like that scene. They kind of fuck it up at the end, but I liked where they were going with that. Anyway, so they make it to the head of the fucking platform, or at least the operations room where they run the place, where they try to find out about, is anything been taken. Hera sees a drive that's too big for Republic ships because that looks more Imperial than Republic. The head of the dock says, no, it's a Republic ship. It's being built for, but it's classified. And Hera says, I'm a general. What the fuck does that matter? Some generals don't get to see certain documents. I mean, I know that this guy's obviously lying because it was so blatantly obvious that he's working for the Empire. But come on. Like, just because you're in general, it's like, okay, what about if it's from a higher general? What if it's from the government that says, this is off limits to you as well? I don't know, this scene kind of looks stupid. And again, the actress playing Hera is not good at acting. Anyway, so Hera tries to push the issue and tell the dock to not let that transport go with that drive. But the dock workers seem to be acting very suspicious and saying, no, we can't stop it. And then one out of nowhere just attacks Hera or Ahsoka and says, for the Empire. Okay, so it turns out, yes, all the dock workers that are ex-Imperial, they are still working for the Empire, and Ahsoka and Hera just killed a lot of them. Except the dock leader. And then we get this fight between Ahsoka and the mysterious Dark Jedi with that stupid helicopter lightsaber shit. Oh, and an HK unit. Yeah, the fight was boring, it felt pointless, whatever. And then Hera chases the drive with Chopper on board, because yes, Chopper is also there. And we just get this kind of boring chase between Hera and this Imperial transport. Whatever. Anyway, Hera tells Chopper to get a tractor device and throw it onto the transport. They get up into space. Chopper throws the tracking device onto the drive and the ship escapes. We then get the fight between Ahsoka and the assassin. Ahsoka kills the HK unit, and then Sheen arrives on the Jedi shuttle, fires at Ahsoka but doesn't kill her, and rescues the mystery assassin Jedi person, and yeah, they get away. But they got a tracking device on the ship, and they now know where the drive has been taken to, or they at least have a way of finding out where the drive is. And then we just have this last scene of Corellia where everybody's been arrested in the, crappy New Republic uniforms again. They look completely fucking stupid, and Hera just asks why they still fight for the Empire, and Ahsoka says it's greed. Then we go back with the bad guys with the Eye of Sauron, whatever the fuck it's called, and the drive is being put into the whatever this ring thing is, and Morgan says you need to be ready to fight Ahsoka because Balon pretty much says what he feels for the Force. Ahsoka's going to find them, and they need to make sure that she doesn't stop them from bringing back Thrawn. And then the last scene is basically Sabine cutting her hair, taking Ezra's lightsaber and calling it her own, and becoming Ahsoka's apprentice, and them heading off to hunt down the bad guys and stop Thrawn from coming back, because if Thrawn comes back, then there'll be a new war in the galaxy. And that's how the episode ends. Boring episode. Both episodes are boring, and yeah, I've not really got much hope for this series. Again, listen, Rosie O'Dawson, she's a good actress, and she was good in a couple of episodes. Ray Stevenson, also good in this episode. David Tennant, good in this episode. Listen, there are good parts, but the main story itself just felt boring, and it definitely dragged on too long. So, yes, it's a 3 out of 10 for me. I'm just not that bothered anymore about Star Wars. I'm just not. And that's the end of my review. If you like this, if you give it a like, if you dislike, if you give it a dislike, and if you like my content, do think of subscribing. Entertainment World Soldier. Bye.